The crisis between Russia and Ukraine is quite concerning to the global economy, and particularly Papua New Guinea is at a disadvantage as the country's economy is import-dependent. Northern Governor Gary Jufa brought this important issue to the attention of the Prime Minister James Marape during question time in Parliament.
Mr. Speaker, there are serious consequences of this event on trade, and no doubt Papua New Guinea's economy will also be affected in some way or another. My questions are this. Is the government monitoring the situation and its impacts? What are the observations? And what possible steps will the government take to mitigate any situations, negative situations arising from this event, such as the increase in prices?
In response, Prime Minister Marape says the crisis between the two neighboring countries has impacted the global economy, and PNG is no exception. He also indicated a recent increase in the crude oil price, which might have an impact on fuel price, as well as prices of other goods and services are expected to increase as a direct result of the global economy being affected by the crisis.
That is a scenario that we are monitoring very carefully, simply because it has a cascading effect on not just our own local economy here, but global economy. Our economy is import dependent in almost 80% of all our goods that we take, including fuel. And we're working closely with some of major fuel importers, for instance, in the space of fuel with Puma, with ExxonMobil, to try to see how best we could minimize the effect of increased price at the Bausa and increased price in our common household goods, that every Papua New Guineans and residents would feel the direct effect of such burden that is imposed by what is happening at Ukraine at the moment.
Meanwhile, the Prime Minister says a statement indicating the country's position regarding the conflict in Ukraine will be released by PNG's ambassador to the United Nations.
We've allowed for our ambassador at the United Nations to participate in a high-level United Nations Security Council meeting that is taking place. Our country's statement will be released, and that is for both sides to find peace by peaceful means, and for reconciliation and dialogue to take place, respecting sovereignty of each nation. And so that statement our United Nations ambassador will release.
Stella Martin, NBC National News, Port Moresby.